Welcome back. This is the Intel. We are into the third hour. In a moment, the leadership of some of the country's metros will join me in conversation. But not before we give you a sense of what's happening right now elsewhere in the country. Voting at some polling stations in Camperdown near Pietermaritzburg will be administered by police officers who are trained to do that. That's after IEC staff said they fear for their lives. This as the Police Minister Bheki Cele visited some of the hotspots in KwaZulu-Natal ahead of voting day, and he has assured the public that voting will run smoothly. And the IEC says the special voting process went well, and they'll give an update this evening after all the preparations and give an update about all the preparations for tomorrow. This is the Intel on ENCA. It's good to have you with us. I've got to start with this conversation now. It's just a matter of hours before South Africans cast their votes in the local government elections. All eyes will be on the country's big metros that are governed by coalitions, such as the Nelson Mandela Bay, the city of Johannesburg, and the city of Tshwane. Here with me to discuss this, I'm joined by the Nelson Mandela Bay Mayor, that's Nqaba Bhanga, as well as a member of the Exco in eThekwini, that is Thanduxolo Sabelo. They join me now for that conversation. Before I get on with the conversation, I've got to state that we were meant to be joined by Mzwandile Masina, the mayor of Ekurhuleni. You will have heard me in the last few hours extensively promoting, is the word we use in broadcasting, announcing that he will be part of the conversation. Well, he's not here for one reason or another. We really did our best to accommodate, and I've got all the time in the world from Mzwandile Masina, but I think it's totally unacceptable to confirm an interview and you just don't show up for it, especially at this time of elections. You're not talking to Thulasizwe Simelane. It's really not about me. It is about the people who are listening, who are voters in Ekurhuleni, who would have wanted to hear a report back from their mayor. And in a moment, I'll be asking Thanduxolo Sabelo to switch on his video. But I want to try and show you something that we have prepared for you here at ENCA as part of the preparations for our local government elections coverage. As you can see, I'll be joined by Thanduxolo Sabelo as soon as he switches on his video there, but also Nqaba Bhanga from Gqeberha there at Nelson Mandela Bay Municipality. Let me ask the team to yield control of the big wall so I can show you as part of the context of what happened in 2016. As the team does that, let me try and get into that and show you what the results looked like in the... All right, the team telling me that it can't be done at the moment, but look out for that. We'll be using it extensively during our coverage here on ENCA. So let's start with the conversation. Thanduxolo Sabelo and Nqaba Bhanga, thank you so much for honoring the appointment with viewers of ENCA who are voters, who are South Africans, who have a right to receive and impart information, etc., in line with their dignity rights. Thanduxolo, let me just start by asking you, if I'm lashing Mzwandile Masina in the way that I am for not being here, I've got to lash you as well. Why is your mayor, who was the first person that we were meant to talk to, not here? And then we fell from mayor, well, let me not say fell, we moved from mayor to speaker of eThekwini, and then in the end we are joined by you. Not that you're not good enough, I've spoken to you countless times, I know you can hold your own in these conversations, but it just seems to me that we were being moved from pillar to post. We were not really a priority, and it's fine for me not to be a priority, but the viewers of this channel should be.
Good afternoon, and good afternoon to the viewers at home. I really do believe that you are a priority. In eThekwini Metro or in the ANC, deployed comrades or deployed cadres are all capable of executing any duty which is at hand. But I do want to send an apology on behalf of my mayor and my speaker. My mayor is not well, and he has said I must convey his apologies. And also the speaker, due to other commitments, she has been deployed to other commitments, and therefore I've been requested to come here in this interview and represent the best performing city in South Africa.
All right, we'll find out in a moment how best performing it is. Nqaba Bhanga, let's start with you, though. Your reflections of the term of office. You had to get in, midstream, as it were, because initially there was this coalition arrangement, which turned out to be a collision, really, between the main political parties and, that were involved there, and personalities that were involved there. Tell me about what it is that, if you were to point to 1, 2, or 3 things that you're particularly proud of that have transpired in Nelson Mandela Bay under your leadership.
Thulasizwe, I'm so proud of the fact that we have indeed saved this city from a collapsed state of disaster by the ANC. You will remember that the ANC in the past 27 months have been running this city. In each and everything, more than 21 people were assassinated because of a grain heist conducted by the ANC government. The National Treasury withheld 11 billion rand of the equitable share. And I'm proud that I have negotiated with National Treasury to give us the money back, and that money has been given to us. It is the money that I'm using now to reconstruct the city. The city is under construction. We are building roads, building streets, fixing street lights. The city in the past 9 months since I've taken over is stable. We are rated the most stable city right now after we've taken over from an ANC coalition of corruption by the National Treasury and also the Department of Copter. There were some of those institutions are run by ANC cadres. They've said in reports to us that at least the city is better managed and run better under our government. We have fixed 22,424 water leaks in the city. We have also fixed 16,480 sewerage blockages. Remember, we have a 20 billion backlog of underground infrastructure. The ANC government failed to budget for maintenance, and we've put a budget to make sure that we maintain our underground infrastructure by responding to water leaks. I've just entered into partnership with the university and the 2 technical colleges for me to draw in artisans from these the technical colleges and utilize our youth. As a former student leader, as you heard from Sabelo, it has always been my vision that would use our own students productively in the work of the municipality. I've declared a dispute with the Department of Water and also Amatole, a water board, for failing to finalize and finish the Nqaba, which is a major water scheme in South Africa that is busy and under construction.
Okay.
They have not made their time frame in September. I'm saying they must give it to me and to us as the government under the Democratic Alliance to build it, because in 2016, 2017, phase 1 and phase 2, we completed it in time.
Right.
And I've written to them, I've given them seven days. I've established an anti-vandalism task team to deal with illegal scrapyards. I've started to close some to make sure that we deal with the issue of cable theft. Nelson Mandela, I'm so proud, it's under construction. If you come here to Thulasizwe, you can see when the DA runs.
Right.
Municipality gets things done.
Let's pause for a moment then, Nqaba Bhanga. In as much as you're waxing lyrical about your successes and achievements, in a moment I will expect you to wax just as lyrical about your failures. It's only fair that you balance it in that way. But while you ponder on that, let me bring in Thanduxolo Sabelo then to weigh in. The same, Thanduxolo, give me your highlights. You said eThekwini is the best run metro in the country. Why do you say that? 1, 2, or 3 highlights.
Most definitely, I'm really confused by my fellow panelist when he argues that they are the most stable city in South Africa. I think I think research institutions disagree with him. Let me just count a few successes by the African National Congress-led eThekwini municipality. firstly, for the past 5 years, we have been receiving unqualified audit opinions from the Auditor General. It's not yet a clean audit, but it means that we are managing our books better now as we are moving forward as the African National Congress led eThekwini Municipality. Secondly, we are the highest city in South Africa with a collection rate. We have got a 95% collection rate. Remember, municipalities make a lot of revenue, make the big chunk of their revenue through the collection of rates. So they are judged accordingly to how much rates they are able to collect. So we are the best in the whole country, better than Western Cape, better than Nelson Mandela in terms of e-collection rate. We collect 95% of our revenue in this city, which means our systems are really the best that can be said in this country. So thirdly, I'd like to also highlight that we are the only city in this country that has been upgraded by the international rating agencies, while all other cities, including the DA-run Western Cape or Cape Town Municipality and Nelson Mandela, while all of them were downgraded, but the rating agencies have been able to upgrade us as eThekwini Municipality, which as a result, we are the only city in this country, despite COVID, that has been able to attract foreign direct investment. We have been able to attract, in this financial year only, 3.4 billion rands worth of foreign direct investment, which means that we are really a city on the move, and we are going to be able to stabilize our city, and we are able to create some jobs in our municipality. We also have been trying to uplift our business people in this municipality, especially small businesses, through our radical socio-economic transformation program. We have established an enterprise supplier development fund, which we have put 50 million rands, and we are able to disperse this 50 million rand so that it's able to help these small business people in our country. More importantly, yes, the world needs to go greener, and in terms of our green policy, which we adopted here in the municipality, we have been declared as the greenest city in the world. Now, I'm not talking about South Africa only now. Greenest city in the world. So we are very much on par in terms of ensuring that we comply with the reduction of carbon emissions. Right. I also want to highlight the fact that we have built over 20,000 houses in the past 5 years for the needy and the poor in this municipality.
Right. Let's pause there for a moment.
We are doing very well as eThekwini municipality.
Right, Thanduxolo Sabelo, let's pause there. I believe I've given you enough time to also wax lyrical about your achievements and highlights, and I will do exactly the same and ask you to be honest and level with South Africans where you have failed. And that will happen in just a moment. And by the way, I'll be telling you how you can join this conversation by way of calling us here at the Intel. If you live in eThekwini and in Nelson Mandela Bay, this is your chance really to speak directly to these leaders and challenge them on some of the claims that they made, or to even compliment them and say, hey, you guys are doing a good job ahead of the elections. That's only coming up in the next few minutes. Stay with us.